Hello, scary dolls.
Hello.
I'm Mandy.
And I'm Caro.
And you're listening to Scary Not Scary Podcast. Do-do-do-do. What did we do this week? Oh!
Last week.
Yes. We went ghost hunting.
Yes, we did.
We didn't talk about it, right?
No, we haven't. No.
At all?
No.
Really?
We haven't recorded.
We didn't get to record last weekend.
No, we didn't. We recorded
So
during the week.
yeah, that's right. That's what it was. Okay, yeah. So this was before we talked about going that we were gonna.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So we went ghost hunting. It was super fun.
So we went ghost hunting with Curious Twins Paranormal, Fred and Steven. It was so much fun. They had so much information, so much history. We went to San Antonio Cemetery, number one. It is beautiful. It's old and like, I don't know, it's so peaceful there.
Yes. And like the tombs, like everything is just so pretty. Like, so well preserved. Like, I don't know, it's just so nice.
I think it's because like it's Parks and Rec, so like the city takes care of it. So they go and like they clean up any trash and yeah, it was so awesome. So we had I think like an hour and a half of the tour of the cemetery grounds. They were going over history. They were going over like the very last hanging that happened in San Antonio. That was like a bloodbath. It was really awesome.
God. We need to tell you that story soon. We'll get into that soon.
Yeah, it's really awesome. And then the last 30 minutes, they showed us how to use ghost hunting tools. And we actually connected with a few spirits while we were there. It was so much fun.
So much fun. We did the dowsing rods, and then we also did the EVP reader? Detector. So it would beep when something cold would be near you. Like
every
a code
time something
spot.
came by, it would go off. And it happened a few times.
Yeah, it happened about 2 times. We did meet our friend Henry. So we were literally just walking around and we stopped at this pretty white stone, and it was this boy named Henry. He was only like 25 years old.
We were actually by the tree. So Gato put up the rods and she was like, is there anybody here with us? And it said yes.
Oh, yeah.
And then we asked, are you buried here? It said yes.
And then we said, point us to your direction.
Well, first we asked, are you a boy or a girl? So we said, are you a girl? It said no. Are you a boy? It said yes. And I said, are you buried here? Yes. And then we told her to ask, can you point us to where you're buried? And the rod turned all the way around to like the right, and it pointed to 2 different headstones. So we stood in front of the 2 headstones, asked, I forgot what the first name was, but we said, is your name Henry? And he said yes, and he was 25 years old.
Yes. And I don't know how to explain Henry, but he just seemed like such a cool ghost.
It was like a cool energy.
Yes, like he was one of our friends. And then when we looked up his age, well, it said it on the headstone. He was 25. So he was young, like us.
He was really young. He followed us around for a while. We also came across another spirit. His name was Thomas. Right? Was it Thomas?
Jesse?
No. I think it was Thomas.
Was it Thomas? Oh my God. I'm so sorry. We forgot your name.
James. It was James. So we actually found him in a tree. Like he was like,
there's a little tiny headstone under this big old tree surrounded by thorns. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But he was an older spirit. Like he did not want to be bothered. You can tell.
Yeah. You just like felt that energy. And he was like, hey, like, what do you like? Get off my grass, youngins. Like that's how it felt.
Yes,
like he just didn't want us there. But we did ask him like, do you want us to bring you back anything? And so we were really like, do you want flowers? He said no. We're like, do you want us to bring you back food? He was like, no. And then I think jokingly, Gato was like, do you want us to bring you beer? And he said yes.
Yeah. So today we went and dropped him off a beer. We didn't want to bother him too much.
Yeah, we dropped him off beer, and then we took Henry some flowers, and we left some for, we're not sure if it's his sister or mom, but one of his family members is buried next to him. So we also gave flowers to her.
I don't know.
Or wife. Yeah.
A long time ago, they were married at like 13.
Yeah, so we left flowers to both of them. It was really nice. It was nice and peaceful. We were the only weirdos there at the cemetery walking around.
Only ones at this cemetery, and that cemetery is gorgeous. And there's so much like history. We would love to kind of take y'all, maybe if you're from San Antonio, on a tour.
Yeah,
with
we
the
did.
Twins. They said it would be awesome.
Yeah,
they would give us like a discount code too.
Yeah, we were telling Fred and Steven about it, and they were like totally down. So if we get enough of y'all that are here locally in San Antonio, even if you're in the Austin area or anywhere nearby, if you're interested, let us know, and we can definitely get with them and do like a private tour.
I know, it would be so cool. And then y'all could like ghost hunt with us, and we can have the EVP machine and the dowsing rods, and it was just so fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Sorry,
there was a part though where I was really sad, and I don't remember why.
Oh, so there's an area, like there's this area that we went by, and Fred was actually just showing us like the different types of grave sites and like what each gravestone meant, and like there's certain symbols around the gravestones that mean certain things, and there was this one particular spot that we went to, and it was a little boy that was buried. So they thought that he was, I think,
3 months old.
No, 3 years old.
Oh yeah.
And then they were like, oh no, he was 3 months old, and they looked up the year, and when he was born, it turned out he was 3 days old. And then that whole area, you just like felt like heavy, but like not in a bad way, just like sadness. Well, that whole area we were standing in, they were all like young kids, babies, children that were buried in that particular section. So literally, like right when we walked up, before Fred even like said like who is buried there or what, or like how the ages, Gato was like just got this overwhelming feeling of like that she wanted to cry.
I was like, I'm gonna cry. Mandy's like, why? And I was like, I don't know, but it's because we were by some babies.
Yeah, there's a bunch of babies.
It was so sad.
Us. Yeah, and then we came to this one area where like before we even got there, like walking over there, so God, I just feel like heavy energy. Like I just felt like this sitting pressure on my chest. And I was like, something does not want us here.
And then as soon as she told me that, the guys were like, okay, so over here some people say they feel a heavy energy, and I looked at Mandy, I was like, oh my god, bitch, you. And it was because it was these guys, basically. It was like this whole story, we gotta tell you another day.
Yeah, basically they
were bad guys, so
long story
energy
short,
was crazy.
They were scamming women for money, and they're just not good men. We actually connected with one of the spirits,
and he was mad.
He was rude. He did not want us there.
He did not want to talk to us. And then I was like, am I cute at least? And he said yes.
Yes, so. He did say that we would make good prostitutes.
He did.
He
did that asshole.
And then he was like, okay, leave, bye.
And then we're like, do you want us to leave? And the freaking thing shot up to yes so fast.
Yes,
we're
and
like,
then
okay.
the detector went off twice, and we're like, okay, we're gonna go.
Yeah, I was like, we're gonna leave you alone.
I was just
Don't
so
follow
uncomfortable.
Us. Yeah, no, that little area did feel ugly, and it's weird because that area is secluded. Like the headstones are in a big like. It was like secluded. I don't know, like a little section that's just enclosed.
They literally
have
like
a wall around them. Yeah. And
Ashley
just gotta take it.
Yeah, and Ashley was freaking out the whole time. Like Ashley does not like ghost hunting. Y'all know this, and she was just like, hell no, I want to get out of here. But
she's like, I want to leave.
So after that, we were walking to the other side of the cemetery, and I kept feeling something on me, like somebody just next to me on me. And it wasn't like a bad feeling, like I said. It wasn't a bad feeling, but I told God, I was like, we need to stop. Like something's on me. Like I feel them right by my neck. Like there's just something
breathing on
me.
you.
Yeah, like they were breathing on my neck. And did you hear that?
Yeah.
That's weird, right? Okay. So yeah, I just felt something breathing on my neck. So she stopped, she checked the dowsing rods, and she asked, is there anybody here? It said yes. Are you next to Mandy? It said yes. And then Ashley like ran on the other side of Gato because it freaked her out. And I was like, give them to me. Like, I'm going to talk to whoever this is. So then I was just asking questions. Are you a girl? No. Like all the time. No.
No girls wanted to talk to us.
Yeah. And are you a guy? Yes. And I was like, is this Henry? And it said yes, like really fast.
He
and
was following us.
He was trying to scare us. But yeah, he was like following us for a while. He's really cool. I liked him.
Me too. Maybe we'll go back to take him flowers another day. Yeah. I wonder if they'll still be there. You think?
Maybe.
I don't think anyone visits them because from the 1800s, like who has family members that visit cemeteries that far out? Like I don't visit my great grandparents.
I think especially because like how young he was when he passed. Yeah, it was really awesome. We had so much fun. So
yeah, so let us know if y'all want to do one of those tours.
Yeah, we could reach out to the Curious Twins and we'll have fun.
Yes, it would be great.
So jumping into our scary news segment, did anybody go on Twitter this last month? I think it was like right before New Year's and see what Jeffree Star was posting.
Girl, I got a notification actually because I have my notifications on for him.
Jeffree Star posted on Twitter on New Year's Eve, "What a crazy fucking year. I escaped the Illuminati in 2021 and they still haven't killed me. Every day I wake up grateful."
What the fuck?
And then he continues to say, "In 2020, I was going to expose everything. In a matter of days, the Hollywood elite tried to ruin my entire career. They villainized me and flooded the news with lies and discredited me. If you guys knew the truth about what they are doing to Britney and Kanye," and then he continued, "anyone who challenges the system gets eliminated. Point blank, period." And then he said, "I still have a soul. Can't say that about a lot of these demons I used to surround myself with."
Oh. Still fast.
Insane. I quickly sent a screenshot to God. I was like, bitch, look what he's doing. He's exposing.
Ballsy. And we hear so much stuff about the Illuminati that it's crazy. Like it's gotta be
there's these things called I fell into the rabbit hole after this, and there's these things called what celebrities do. They're called humiliation rituals.
Everyone's doing them.
Everyone's doing it. Like, it's crazy. Like, and when you think about it, you're like, what the hell?
Brittany shaved her head. That was supposedly hers.
They were saying that
somebody wore a skirt. I don't remember who it was, but they wore a skirt to like the VMAs.
They were saying that MGK, like him wearing that harness thing, him and Megan Fox, Machine Gun Kelly. I forgot what party it was, but he was wearing like some type of like, what do you call those, corsets?
Oh yeah.
And like he had his hair up halfway down, and he looked ridiculous.
Yes.
So they were saying that was like part of his
ritual.
Like humiliation ritual. Kylie Jenner had posted a TikTok not too long ago of herself like rubbing lipstick off her face. It was weird.
She was wearing a ring with an eye on it, which first of all people automatically are like, what the heck? And then she's rubbing her lips and she's just like staring at the camera like so blank and like rubbing red lipstick all over her face. You know how hard red lipstick is to get off? Damn. Yeah,
she was just like, it was weird. And then this one girl, I'm trying to see if I sent you the screenshot because I can't find the comment anymore. She said, "The elites are real. Kanye is in hiding because they're trying to get him for exposing a lot of shit. Blood sacrifices are real. Stay safe, Jeffree." So Jeffree Star wrote back to her and said, "You have no idea what you're talking about. It's 10 times worse than you can even imagine. Just be thankful you were on the other side."
I've had a lot of people I was reading, and a lot of people were coming at him for comparing himself to Britney and Kanye because they're both mental right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And obviously his backlash was for like racist slurs.
Yeah, I feel like he's been a part of a lot of scandal though.
Yeah.
Like,
but this was like MySpace days.
I mean, he had went silent for so long, and then
finally he comes back with this. With a bang. Like he was literally doing fine in his yak farm, selling yak meat.
Yeah.
And shit.
And then he says all this stuff.
You know, now that we're talking about this, you know that they sell his burgers at a restaurant with like yak burgers?
Really?
Yeah.
Where?
Well, there where he's from. I don't know. There's a restaurant and I wouldn't eat a yak. They're cute. I mean, I say that about cows, but you see me munching on steaks.
Did you see that he's buying camels now?
Camels?
He's buying. He has like a whole line of camels that he bought. I don't know. He posted on his Instagram. Sorry, we're getting off track.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so another news. In other world news, giants are being spotted all around the country.
Yes.
Not just our country, literally around the whole world, like everywhere.
I've seen a lot of them in Mexico, like people posting like in the mountains over there in Mexico. They post videos. Go on TikTok.
So there's this guy named Andrew Dawson. He actually went missing from British Columbia, and they said that he died in 2022 from unknown circumstances. And this was 3 months prior to Andrew recording a video of a giant that he spotted on a hilltop in British Columbia. So after that, on his TikTok, he put the video up on TikTok. And after that, he was posting videos that he was being followed by people. And then suddenly all of his TikToks disappeared. His account, like he stopped posting, his account went like silent for a long time. And that's when they said that he committed suicide. When it came out that he died for unknown circumstances. So a lot of people are saying that the government got to him because his videos are one of the first videos that surfaced on the internet. So then after his video, like somebody in Africa found like a 4-foot like footprint on the side of a river. So there's giants being spotted there. There's giants being spotted in Mexico, like everywhere, all around the world. They're being spotted. So I don't know. It's crazy. I believe it. I mean, there's so much evidence out there.
There's so much stuff out now. I'm like, girl, who's playing Jumanji?
Dude, for real. Like, I think we talked about this in one of our other segments. The freaking dragon that was spotted in China, randomly. There's random fires happening out there.
But also with so much technology now, you don't even know what's photoshopped anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Like literally.
Yeah.
We're not saying it's true. We're just saying TikTok told us that's what's out there.
I don't know. And then you have those, experts that can tell when something's CGI. And I believe one of these videos was on that paranormal caught on tape, and they didn't discredit anybody. Yeah. Like they're seeing a lot of these videos of people catching giants with their little cell phones are legit. And like if it was something that was CGI, like they would be able to point out. So what they can do is they can run your video through this database, just like Photoshop.
Yeah,
you can run it through this database and it can pinpoint what's Photoshop and what's CGI or whatever. So a lot of these little videos that they found online on TikTok, Facebook, whatever, they run it through and it's original.
Dang.
So I don't know. So in Oregon, apparently there's possible zombies that are arising. We know how much Gato loves zombies.
I hate zombies.
So a 78-year-old man's ear was chewed off by a 25-year-old boy. By a 25-year-old guy at a train station. So they said that there's a security guard that was patrolling. There was reports that there was a stabbing. So he went over there. They saw that he found the old man. Well, the old man's ear was literally ripped off from his head, like from his face, like from his body. And it was to the point where he saw skull, like his skull, like
that's how much it was.
That's how much it was ripped off. So they took this guy to custody and they were asking him questions. So as of right now, it's still not sure if he was like on drugs or the drug that we know, it's called the zombie drug, is bath salt. So it's possible that this guy could have been on bath salt. That's why he had like that cannibalism tendencies. That's what bath salt does to you. But a lot of people that are from Oregon are saying that they're prepared for the zombie apocalypse.
Y'all know how much I hate zombies. And I don't hate them because I'm scared of them. I hate them because they're dumb. I just don't get it. I feel like there's no zombies. It's just people doped up.
Yeah.
Like it's just what it is. The reality. There's no way there's zombies. No way.
I mean, I don't know. Never say never. I do like The Walking Dead though.
If there is a zombie, mark my words right now, my bad. I'm sorry, but as of now,
if there
I'm not
is
a zombie
zombies,
person.
look, if there is zombies, I hope that they're slow walking runs, because if it's the running ones, like on, I forgot what that movie is called. No, I'm gonna die.
I am gonna die for sure. The only thing that runs is my mouth.
Look, I cannot carry Sabrina and Jason and run. Okay, like
yeah,
and then like they both scream and cry, like they would freak out. I would probably like throw both of them in my car, and by the time I get both of them in my car, a zombie is gonna grab me and eat me, and then my poor babies are gonna be stuck in my car by themselves. And no.
I know. You're like, I don't want to think about it.
No.
Yeah, no. Girl, no. If those zombies run, I'd be like, look, let me stop and get a cheeseburger, and then you can eat me. Let me die happy.
Let me get some Diet Coke so I can refresh myself.
Then I'll die happy. Let me just eat first.
I'm going to be like, I'm going to turn into a zombie, and then I'm going to come back to life in a human form. Like, what's that movie called? It was like a zombie movie.
I don't watch zombie
I know,
movies.
but like he's like a zombie, and then he comes back to life.
Oh, and they fall in love or something?
He falls in love and becomes human again. I forgot what it's called.
It's called Shut Up.
Shut up. We don't want to talk about zombies. Okay.
Shut up. Just shut up.
Well, that includes our scary news for this week.
Dun, dun, dun. Scary news.
Tim said he's gonna find us some music to put in for scary news.
Oh, like a news anchor,
like a news anchor. Yeah,
that would be so funny. I would have to. That's good because I can stop doing these little weird noises.
Okay, so we've had a lot of y'all wanting us to touch on dreams again.
We love dreams.
So we decided that this week's episode is going to be about dreams.
Dream. Oh, how exciting. I love talking about dreams.
I'm really excited.
I love dreams.
And we've been talking about wanting to do like another dream like episode 2 for a while. Yeah, because of the
dreams that we've been having lately.
Yeah, we've been having some weird ass dreams.
Yeah.
So, do you want me to go first or you want to go first?
Whatever, honey. All right, let's get it to it.
She busted her phone out of her bronzer. All right, I'm gonna do this.
Let's get it to it. So first of all, y'all know I'm a Reddit hoe. So I'm gonna read this first story off Reddit. Reddit's No Sleep. This was sent actually only like 90 days ago. So what is that? 3 months?
Mm-hmm.
The person that sent it is Sun Sirahi. So this is okay. So this is a story. It says, since I was 10 years old, I've been tormented by nightmares. My parents would hear me moaning and sometimes screaming in my sleep almost every night. Every few nights, the same dream would appear in my mind. I'm standing in front of a statue of an insanely beautiful woman, and suddenly she starts decomposing like a dead human body. So this is real. He wrote it in because he wanted some advice. First, let me tell y'all. And then it says, about a year ago when I was 14. Oh, he's little. What the heck?
Little. He's a baby.
Mm-hmm. My mother, a very superstitious woman, decided to buy a dream catcher for me. It was just a souvenir one with plastic beads and black feathers. She placed it in my room next to my window. For a few nights, no screams or moans have been heard from my room. After this time, the statue appeared again. This time, it didn't decompose and turned into a real woman with a body made out of stone. It smiled at me and said, I will protect you from what comes next. Despite this prophecy, nothing else happened in this dream, and I woke up happy. Both my parents praised the dream catcher, and I was able to continue living normally without fear. The statue lady would still appear in my dreams from time to time. She would warn me, give me strange advice, and then often try to ensure me that she was on my side. It was weird, but way better than having nonstop nightmares. Then one night, the nightmares came back. I found myself surrounded by fire that was getting closer and closer. Suddenly, the statue lady came from the sky and took me out of there, saving my life. I promised, she said. So he's dreaming all of this.
Mm-hmm.
The alarm went off about a second later, informing me that it was time to go to school. From this moment on, I'd have the strangest nightmares every night, and the statue lady would always appear and save me from any horror I was about to endure. With each and every dream, she would get more and more colors, showing slowly turning into a real human instead of stone. 4 days ago, her change has been completed. She saved me from a psychotic murder with a chainsaw and asked me to call her mother. Okay, this is getting weird. I did that and she kissed my forehead. While she was leaning towards my head, I suddenly felt a rotten odor coming from her mouth. The person who leaned back was not the statue lady. It was her heavily decomposed corpse. Then one day, I started getting the odor nightmares again. No one will take your sanity from me, she said. You're mine to torment forever. That's weird. I woke up screaming and saw a ghost or an energy wave escaping my bed and flying out the window. It crushed the black dream catcher in half while going out, and it left me scared and crying. It said my mother's gift had been bringing nightmares upon me, and my old nightmare had felt threatened. Therefore, it crushed the catcher. Now I'm alone against the statue lady again, and since that night, I haven't fallen asleep. I feel like I was slowly losing my mind, and now I'll eventually have to get some rest, hopefully before losing my mind. I'm scared to fall asleep because the statue lady will put her rotten hands on me again. And so he was asking for advice, and people are like, I suggest you get an authentic dream catcher, not just like a plastic souvenir one.
That's so funny because I feel like your story kind of ties into what I researched.
Oh, yeah?
Because it's like, so I researched astral projection. We've been talking about this for a while, and like the astral realms. That's basically like what this episode's really going to be about. That part of like dreams, astral projection, astral world, the different planes, all that. And I feel like that story ties into like this information I found on astral projection. Because you have lucid dreaming where you're conscious, you know you're dreaming, you can change things in your dreams, but there are rules that you need to follow and that you need to remember you need to follow. And there's certain things you can and cannot say
in your
dreams.
Yeah. So that's one of the other things I'm going to talk about. But before I talk about that, have you seen this man before?
I think like once.
Okay. So there's this man that supposedly everyone has seen in their dream once. Well, not everyone, but a lot of people. And we'll post a picture so you guys can see it. So I don't know if it's like a creepypasta or how it happened, but apparently where it came from is, let me see. In 2006 in New York, a patient of a well-known psychiatrist drew a face of a man that he repeatedly sees in his dreams. So this man just started drawing the picture or whatever, and then he's like, well, I've never seen him in real life. I don't know why he's appearing in my dreams or whatever. So it turns out that psychiatrist actually sent the picture to his other psychiatrist friends, and their patients have seen him in their dreams as well. So that's kind of how it started. And then now, since 2006, apparently over 2,000 people all over the world have seen this man. And it's reports coming from LA, Berlin, Beijing, Rome. So this is all over. It's not just like in the United States. So yeah, I guess how it happened is, so the guy drew a picture of the man. He left it out, and then a lady came in and she was like cleaning, and she's like, hey, I've seen that guy before. And then from there he's like, oh, so maybe more people have seen it. So that's why he sent it to
it's almost like the old hag, right? Like from sleep paralysis.
Yeah. And so so that we'll post a picture of that man, but he's kind of scary looking. But yeah, apparently a lot of people see this man in their dreams, and I've never seen him personally.
Well, he looks familiar,
but most of the time, I can tell you, I don't remember my dreams unless they're super scary.
And that's a good thing.
Yes.
And this is where I'm going to come in. Yeah. Because I know the last few stories you have kind of tie into the end of my segment.
So I have been, you know me, I'm like a TikTok hoe. So I've been on TikTok a lot. And I saw people tell you, have you ever stopped in your dream and asked what day and time it is? And there's a lot of stories, you guys can look it up, but this one story that stuck with me, this lady was telling her story, and she said that she was in her dream and they're like at a beach party, and there's like a lot of people, and she looks at the water and the water looks weird, like the waves don't look right. They're going different directions. They look fake. I mean, it's a dream. And in that moment, she's like, oh shit. Like, I remember seeing that TikTok where I'm dreaming. I remember seeing that TikTok where I have to ask. So she turns to the girl next to her and she tells her, she's like, hey, what's the time and date? And the girl like freezes a little bit. And then she says, it's 2:13 sharp or something random. And she's like, okay. So she's like, okay. So in her mind, she's like, I'm dreaming. So now that I am aware that I'm dreaming, I'm going to walk around and I'm going to explore. So she starts to get up and then she feels somebody grab her and they're like, where are you going? And she's like, I'm going to go explore. It's my dream. I'm dreaming. I can go explore and do whatever I want. And the guy's like, you need to wake up now. And she was like, no. And I'm dreaming. So I'm going to go explore. This is my dream. Like, this is my head. And he's like, you're going to wake up. And he grabs her head. And he like tries to drown her in the water. And at that moment, she woke up. So whatever that was didn't want her to explore the other realm. He's like, hell no, you're waking up. And he woke her up. But there's a lot of reports. Like people see when they ask, they're like, you're not supposed to know. You're not supposed to be here.
And like their eyes get bug-eyed. That happened to me. Yeah. So this is where I'm going to kind of like jump in before we talk about.
I'm already done. So
yeah. So I have more like information based. So this is like a form of astral projection. So when you lay down and when you dream, your unconscious self, like your spirit is astral projecting. So they are unconsciously going to another realm. Your body here stays here, but your soul when you sleep takes off, right? And they blend into this realm that they're going to. So this is you unconsciously astral projecting. Everybody does it. Surveys suggest that between 8 and 20% of people who claim to have had something of like an outer body experience at some point in their lives have a sensation of like consciousness, spirit, or like astral body leaving the physical body. While most experiences occur like in their sleep, or like they're under like a deep hypnosis of. Some people even claim that they'll just be like merely relaxing and they get into like this state of not sleep paralysis, but they're watching themselves sleeping. Yeah. So that's like where you're consciously astral projecting, you're doing it. So there's been so many reports on it. I found this information on lifescience.com. There's so much information on astral projecting on here. Practitioners of astral travel insist that the experience must be real because a lot of the people have very similar experiences. Even people from different cultures, their experiences are all the same. Even like if they were to sit down and like draw out or have a sketch artist with them and draw out what they've seen, if you have these sketch artists put those drawings together, everything looks similar.
The same. Well, similar. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks similar. And it's really not surprising, like it's just like the sleep paralysis thing. Like you can have different people coming from different cultures and they all see the old hag or they see like a certain entity that's there, the Hat Man. Like a lot of people are saying that, no, this is like a conscious thing. Like you just make it up in your head. When you dream, it's like your mind. It means that you have like a wide imagination. No, like your soul goes to another plane. And there's so many different planes in the world. And actually in mainstream media, astral projection is like now what we would call it now, like a trend. Everybody wants to do it, but it can be very, very dangerous. There's actually a TikToker who talks about it all the time on TikTok, YouTube. There's a lot of YouTubers that talk about it. You have to be very, very careful with astral projecting. And this is just common sense in general. This is going to be like, if you're playing with the Ouija board, there's rules. Yeah. There is rules to the astral plane.
There's rules to everything, guys.
When we dream, our bodies go into the astral realm. And there's actually somebody online. I forgot her name. She does have a TikTok, but she also has a YouTube channel where she does like a lot of education. I think her name it's Ashley's Info or something like that. So she basically says that there is dimensions on this plane that we're at. There's the inner plane, which is elements. There's the material plane, which is where we are. And then there's the outer plane, which is like the cosmic guides, spirits, and stuff. There are so many different planes in the astral plane. This is where like all the energies exist. And this is where we go to dream. So you have to be here in the material plane and then at the same time be in the astral plane. Obviously, like your soul leaves your body and goes to the astral plane unconsciously. Mm-hmm. And when you consciously travel astrally, it's very, very dangerous because you are going into like this ecosystem where there's rules and you don't know all the rules, especially in your human vessel. And if these entities know that you're a human, they can easily attach themselves to you and you will bring them back with you.
Okay. That makes
and a lot of
sense.
the times you don't even know if you bring them back with you. It's very scary. You literally have to blend yourself in with these entities. And once they realize that you're a human, it's almost like your soul has like this light and it's like, hey, come get me. I have a
soul.
Yeah, and you can definitely bring them back with you. A lot of the common rules that she said that you can follow would be don't accept food, don't accept compliments. The biggest one I kind of already went over was you have to blend in. Time does not exist there. The way we conceive time here, it's not what it is there because time does not exist. So when you ask somebody what time it is, what date it is, that's them looking at you like,
you're not
here. Supposed to be here.
Yes.
And they realize that you're consciously astral traveling and they know that you have a human vessel waiting for your soul to get back to. So then they attach onto your soul and come back with you. So she has her best friend who actually did this. And he did this not knowing like what he was doing. He didn't realize
it's a trend on TikTok. All these young kids just do whatever they see.
Yeah. So he didn't realize he was consciously astral projecting. And when he was in this dream, he happened to ask, it was almost like he said, how she explained it is that he woke up astral projecting and he was kind of confused on where he was. And he had said, hey, what time is it? Like, what's today's date? And she said that her best friend told her that everybody, like, it's almost like it went dead silent. And everybody just stopped and looked at him. And it was like this eerie silence. Like if somebody dropped like a pin, you can hear it. Mm-hmm. And like their eyes just kind of like bugged out. And they're like, you're not supposed to be here. And then like he was trying to wake up. So he woke up. But he said that he felt like he wasn't functioning his body. Like he wasn't the only one in his body. Like there was somebody else in his vessel, which is your human body. Somebody else with his soul. So he said when he was walking around like, is this where I'm supposed to be? Like, oh my God, is this my realm? Like, am I where I'm supposed to be? He would look in the mirror and like he didn't recognize himself. He felt like he was somebody else. Mm-hmm. Where it turns out there's two different entities that attached to him when he came back into his vessel, when he woke up from dreaming.
Yeah.
Because he asked what time it is.
What time it is.
Right. Yeah. When he asked what time it is, they came back with him. And so now this is like a huge trend on TikTok, online. Everywhere you look, everybody's saying, go in your dreams and ask what time it is. No, don't do it. This is bad.
Yeah. No, I've seen people that say that they wake up and sometimes they're like, they don't feel the same because you brought back something. What else was I going to say? I was going to do it. Remember? Mm-hmm. I was going to ask. This is weird because you know how me and my cat are like super attached?
Yeah.
I was going to ask. I was in my dream and I was about to ask what time it was and he woke me up. Remember I told you?
Oh, yeah.
He woke me up right before and that's why I was like, damn it, Voodoo. Like I was going to ask, what if like he knew that I was going to do that? I don't know. This is just my mind thinking, but
it just, I mean, I don't know. It's just, it's scary when you think about it. And then like when you have dreams and they're like like long movies, right? And like I feel like when I lucid dream, like I know when I'm dreaming, and like there's sometimes I want to say things, but it, like the words won't come out. Even like I remember one time I had a dream that I was trying to call somebody and I was looking at my cell phone. All I saw was the numbers. I didn't see the time. I didn't see the date.
Yeah.
And because I didn't see the time and date, I knew consciously that I was dreaming.
Yeah.
And I remember it was so weird. I was like in New York. I was going to like a club with my friends that I've never met before in my entire life. Like it was nobody I knew, but in wherever I was, I knew them. I don't know how to explain it.
Yes. No, I know what you're saying because it's happened to me before.
And I remember I was looking at my phone and I was trying to call Tim and I'm trying to dial his number and every time
it's like slow.
It's slow, but like everything was backwards. Like the numbers were backwards.
Weird.
Oh,
have you ever tried to look at yourself in the mirror in a dream? You're not yourself.
Yeah.
I was like, who's this bitch? That's not me.
Or like
I'm like not blonde. What the heck?
I remember I had dreams too that I was like naked. Like I would walk into like a store and like I literally had like no bra, no top on. And like everybody was just kind of like, oh, whatever. And I'm like, fuck,
mortified.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like hoping somebody gives me a shirt and like I'm trying to like put my shirt on or whatever.
I always have dreams that I'm fighting someone and my punches are like 10 times. I'm just like, hurry. Like in my head, I'm like, punch faster, but I can't.
Yeah.
This is so
terrible.
random.
But I remember there was one time I did ask what time it was. I had a dream. But I didn't know. I was dreaming. I thought it was real. I have dreams sometimes where I feel like it's real.
It's a real life.
Yeah. Because I am very bad with lucid dreaming. Sometimes like when I dream something, I'll dream of a conversation and I think it happens real life. And then I'll ask questions. And like my mom and dad or even Tim's like, what the fuck? Like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, oh, I must have been dreaming then. Like literally, like I feel I sometimes I get my reality mixed up with my dreams. So that's why like when we talk about like different realms, like, I think your soul does go somewhere else because I sometimes can mix shit up.
There's people that go into their dreams and when they're like lucid dreaming and stuff, and when they ask like what day and time it is, like you can freaking go into like a coma, like you can stay
get lost.
stuck there. You can stay stuck there. That's scary.
There's TV shows about it. There's a show on Netflix. I forgot what it's called. I'm really bad at I rewatch old shows, but there's a new show on Netflix about astral projection, and she's trying to blend in with spirits. There's so many movies about it. I mean, there's Insidious. He astral projects, and the demon's trying to take over his vessel and keeps him chained up. So I believe that happens, but. In my specific dream, I was driving with my parents. We were going out of town. I was sitting in the back seat and it was just me. My siblings weren't with me. And consciously, I knew that my siblings weren't with us. So I was kind of looking around like, where's Vanessa, Tristan, and Sophie? Like, what the hell? Why is it just me? And I had asked my dad because I remember I looked at the dashboard and I couldn't see what time it was. And I said, hey, what time is it? And my dad said, what? And I said, what time is it? And then my dad took off his sunglasses and he looked in the rearview mirror and his eyes like weren't his eyes. And then both him and my mom turned around and looked at me. And then my alarm went off and I woke up.
Oh my God.
And I felt weird. So since then, I never asked what time it was in my dreams ever again after that because it freaked me out. I woke up freaked out and I had to like cleanse myself, whatever. But yeah, I've never asked like what time. You know what? And thinking about it, I've never received a compliment in my dreams. I don't ever remember like having dreams where somebody told me, "Oh, you're beautiful," or you know what I mean? Like
I've never had that.
Very bland.
My dream boyfriend is mean. No.
I mean, I got proposed to last night, and I couldn't even like.
We have to tell them about your dream.
I know.
Oh my God, guys. This was scary.
So last week we saw Henry Friday and we told him that we were going to go leave him flowers.
We're like, we're going to leave you flowers this week.
And playing around, we told him, don't come for us. We will leave you flowers. And we're like, yes, don't come see us in your dreams. Like, we'll leave you flowers. Don't worry. We won't forget about you. So last night and all week, me and God are like, we need to go to the cemetery. We need to go to the cemetery. We got to leave flowers. We got to leave flowers. Like, we were reminding each other. And it's weird because we felt like we had unfinished business, right? Like,
yes. Literally all week I was anxious. I'm like, when are we going to go take his flowers?
Let's see if I even remember. So last night I had a dream that I was at Disney World and it was just me and I don't know. It was weird. Like, I was still married, but Tim and I were separated, but like we were like going through a divorce. I don't know. It was weird. So I was with somebody, this guy. I don't even know his name. I kind of figured his name out when I woke up, but I didn't know who he was. I just knew, like, he felt familiar. Like, when I looked at his face, like, I knew he was. I wasn't like scared. He was just a familiar for me. And then Gato was there with another guy. I don't know who she was with, but that was like who she was with. So we did like a couples getaway, whatever. And then we ended up like in this mall that was like at Disney World. And it was like this huge grand mall. We were like underneath a big old huge chandelier. And then the guy was like, oh, I have a gift for you. And then I opened it up. And it was like this, like, I don't know, like old fashioned, like vintage ring that had like moon rock on it. It was very beautiful. It was huge. It was beautiful. And then he got down on his knees and proposed to me. And I was like in shock. And I was like, okay. And then he put the ring on my finger and gave me a hug. And then he was like, don't forget about me. Right? Is that what I said? He said, don't forget about me. And I was like, oh, no. What?
He said, when are you gonna come? When are y'all gonna come visit me?
He said he gave me a hug and then he grabbed my hand. He said, when are y'all gonna come visit me? Y'all forgot about me. And I was like, what? And he said that he's like, y'all forgot about me. When are y'all gonna come visit me? And I was like, and I turned around and I looked at Gato. And she was like, what? And I turned around and I looked back and he was gone. So in my dream, Gato and I spent my entire dream looking for him and we couldn't find him. And then I woke up because Jason was telling me to wake up. But so when I woke up, I was like, oh my God, I think that was Henry.
I know. And when she told me the story, I was like, that was definitely Henry.
And she got chills when I told her.
I did. Because he's like, when are y'all gonna come visit me?
I mean, we went and saw him today.
Well, we were already planning on seeing him today, so.
But it had already been a week.
Yeah.
And we had told him Friday. We had told him that we were gonna see. What did you hear? You look like freaked out.
No, I heard like on the window. Right when you said it was Henry, it went. I was like, oh. Hi, Henry.
Well, we did ask him for a sign, but we did tell him that he couldn't follow us home.
Yeah. Henry, you better not be
here.
here.
We told him that he couldn't follow us home because we have boundaries. I have kids.
I have a cat son.
Gato has her cat son, and then he needed to stay where he was at, and that was it.
Yes.
So, but yeah, I dreamt about Henry.
I feel like that was Henry, to be honest.
Right?
Yeah. I like, who else?
And I was on Google for so long trying to look up like his obituary, but he died in 1800s, so like there's no obituary.
Yeah, he died like in 1865 or something. And for him to be dead that long, like that headstone looks so good.
Oh yeah.
Well preserved.
I think all the headstones out there, even the ones that are like broken and fallen, like.
Yeah, we guys, y'all really need to go to that cemetery. It's gorgeous. And there's a lot of cemeteries around it. We haven't even explored those. So
there is this one story on Reddit that I did find about dreaming. And she said that, yes, there are a lot of entities in the astral realm. And she did say, what if these family members that we think we see in our dreams are really entities from the astral world that can change and like form themselves into somebody you want to see, and like they're like tricking you? Because she said her username is AE99. She said that she had been reading a lot of books about the universe and about these entities in the astral world, and that they can transform into any figure that they want. So she said, how can you know that the deceased family member you met, or your spirit guide, or even God, who people who claim have met, are not like low vibration spirits that are just lying to you and are just like trying to follow you and like get in control and reincarnate themselves into your vessel? That's so scary when you think about it, right? But I feel like that has to do with like conscious astral projecting or like lucid dreaming, you know, like you would have to know that you're consciously projecting yourself into the astral world, I think, because I also found a follow-up comment on here, and this person it's the intermediate projector. So she said that there has been a lot of discussions about this, about low vibration spirits that can transform, but they would only transform into a family member that would be close to you if they knew that you were consciously astral projecting. So when you have dreams of your family members, it is your spirit going into that realm. And it does mean that you do have a family member who is waiting. So if you ever have dreams about your family members and like you don't know that you're consciously astral projecting, and you had dreams that you're having a conversation like with your grandma or your uncle or your mom or your dad, and then you wake up and you remember it, she said 99% of the time, this is their spirit visiting you while you were unconsciously astral projecting, which is also dreaming. So they can dreaming.
It's easier for them to meet you, like
right,
meet me halfway.
But if you know like that you're astral projecting,
they won't.
To make sure you're safe, she said they won't meet with you because it'll cause attention. Because if you know that you're consciously astral, that you can realm. You can break some rules, but your spirit, no, they like you know the rules out there. Your spirit does. But our human conscious mind doesn't. Right.
That is so weird.
She has like, I actually started following her on Reddit because she has so much information on like astral projecting and like just low vibration spirits and like energies and stuff. It's crazy how much she knows. And I guess she said when she was little, she unknowingly started astral projecting. And then there was one time she woke up while she was astral projecting, and then there was a lot of entities that were trying to attach themselves to her while she was trying to get back to her body.
Oh, that would be so weird.
Yeah. She said, you know, for you not to worry about like entities tricking you or anything, especially if you haven't learned how to astral project, or if you don't know you're astral projecting, just don't think about it. Just fall asleep and dream, because your spirit knows what it's doing when it's in the astral realm. So you don't have anything to worry about. It's going to be where you're practicing how to astral project.
Astral project, yeah.
That is where you are going to risk your safety and risk bringing something back with you, pretty much. So
don't do it. Don't do it, guys.
That was a crazy one. So this girl, her name is ClonbyX2 on Reddit. She said that she posted this story in the sleep paralysis subreddit, but a lot of the readers there said that it might be more of a astral projecting story. So she said that she's 25 years old and she has dealt with a nasty entity, but never this bad. So she said, the other night I felt a sensation of my blanket pulling upwards off me, and I felt my spirit was coming up out of my body and felt a sense of elation. But then the cover started to pull down off of me onto the floor at the foot of the bed. I went from excitement to terror beyond description. There was an entity. It was a woman. She had no distinguished characteristics of such that she knew of, but she just knew that she was a woman. She said, I could feel the female's energy. Her form was like a black hole, just pure black darkness with a little bit of dim light fluttering about and off of her. And where her face would be is where like she saw the little flutters of light. It looked like faces were being projected into her. They were always changing and multi-faced and terrifying. She knew I was trying to get past the bedroom door, out into the hallway where the little butterfly lamp is, but she wasn't letting me pass. The level of fear was unbelievable. I felt that she had the power to control my fear, and she was just cracking it off on dial. She said, I was lashing out at her, trying to throw blows and screaming. She even screamed at her, get off, you effing bitch demon.
Okay.
I kept screaming that at her over and over again, and it had no effect on her that I can tell. I was trying to invoke the name of the Lord, trying anything, and nothing seemed to amuse her. I can feel her laughing at me and toying with me. I felt this was going on for forever. I felt myself being drained and getting weary, but eventually I started to wake up very slowly. I can hear myself yelling out, but it was like my mouth was full of oatmeal or something. I sounded weird. I tried crying out, hoping one of the kids would hear me and then come shake me awake, but it just sounded like loud moaning, like my speech was being muffled by her. While this was happening, her form morphed into two-dimensional faces on the ceiling. She was upside down from my viewpoint. Her hair was flying out of all directions, and all those changing faces were just in my face. I eventually regained my strength and pulled the curtain away and turned on my lamp. I was in so much tears, and when I said out loud, "What was that thing?" I refused to lay back down after an hour. So I guess she woke up. Mm-hmm. I don't know. This kind of sounds like sleep paralysis to me.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Maybe it's like a form of both, like sleep paralysis.
I just think it sounds like sleep paralysis.
I think it sounds like sleep paralysis. And this girl doesn't know how to
type.
Is
she 14?
Sorry. 25.
Oh. My little friend was 14.
Sorry, but a lot of the stuff didn't make sense. I think she probably copied and pasted out everything.
Maybe.
So somebody on here did say it does sound like sleep paralysis, but it does sound like maybe you've astral projected before and possibly something attached to you. Mm-hmm. So now it's trying to get to you with a form of sleep paralysis. And when an entity attaches to you, they can easily get to you through sleep paralysis.
Oh,
that's
I hate sleep
scary.
paralysis.
I know, that's the worst. I try not to sleep on my back anymore.
I got it when I was sleeping on my side. But also, Noreen's house is kind of haunted.
Yeah. There's so many people on here. They're like, oh my God, I've dealt with this before. You probably saw the old hag. No, the old hag doesn't have two-dimensional faces. This is not the old hag. This is something else.
Yeah. I love talking about
I don't
dreams.
know, guys. There's so many weird dreams out there. Mm-hmm. We want to know what you think.
Yes. And we want to know if you've ever talked to someone in your dream, maybe, or like knew you were dreaming. I think there was one time where I knew I was dreaming and I was like, what the heck? But then I woke up. Like my body's like, hell no, bitch. You crazy in real life, you're gonna be crazy up here.
Yeah, no, I know when I'm dreaming all the time, and it's weird because I can like make myself fly and shit. Mm-hmm. I was being a superhero last week in one of my dreams.
Now that you say that, one time I did do that. I was like, but I wasn't doing anything bad. Like in my dream, I was just like, I heard somewhere that if you know you're dreaming, you can make yourself do it. And I was like, okay, fly, fly, fly. Now that you said that, I was like, fly, fly, fly. And I was like, oh shit. But then I woke up.
I've been coming across like a lot of stuff on Reddit and then like other platforms that when you're dreaming that you're fighting like entities or like demons, are you really fighting entities and demons? And I want to know if this is true because I think I've told this story before. I remember growing up, I would have the same dream over and over again. I was friends with these two girls. They were twins, and we were like fucking demon hunting together and like fighting demons together. And we would like dream hop. They would
Tanjiro?
come. Yeah, like
Demon Slayer.
Seriously, like they would come to my dream and like we would fight demons, and then I would meet them up in their dream or like in the sister's dream, and like we were just always together for months.
We need to talk about this next time too, maybe, because there's a lot of stuff to talk about dreams. Mm-hmm. But how let's say you love somebody and they're far away, you can kind of like meet up with them in another, like, I don't know where I read that you can subconsciously meet each other in another realm and like fuck or something. Like, I don't know, like not just fuck, but
and
like
now I'm
talk.
just like all of these like different energies are like watching you have sex with somebody.
You're like,
right? Oh my God,
hey,
that's so weird.
Whatever.
I want to know why I keep having dreams about my great grandma's house. I always have dreams about my great grandma's house.
There's something in there.
I think it's because like the energy there. Something about the energy there is.
I'm telling you, there's something in there. You need to go investigate.
Yeah. But also, guys, if y'all try to practice astral projection, just be careful, especially if you're exploring. Like, don't go too far from your vessel. If you're watching yourself sleep from your bed and then you try to leave, that's how you can get lost.
You could fucking go in a coma, dude.
And I also, I believe we not covered it, but we kind of touched base on it in a few other episodes. Like, when people go into comas and they have no idea why, or like medically, they cannot find a reason why they're in a coma. I really think it's because they astral projected and they couldn't find their way back.
Come back.
That's scary. Just be careful.
Yes. Just don't do it. If you're not experienced, just don't do it. Be safe.
And then there's those stories too where like you have near-death experiences and you're astral projecting, you're watching like the doctors and stuff like work on your body. I've seen a lot of those stories too.
Or seen people like, I flatlined in the ER and saw it. I'm like, oh, dramatic.
Drama. Am I the drama?
I'm not the drama.
Ooh, now I'm like, I don't want to go to sleep tonight. I worry about my baby's dreaming.
I worry about my cat dreaming. Because sometimes he be twitching and I'm like, get the fuck up. Don't twitch,
Willow
my
one time
baby.
she was asleep on the kitchen floor and I guess she was dreaming she was running because she was like
moving her legs.
Yes.
Oh, precious.
And right when I was gonna record her, she woke up and looked at me like, what are you doing, ho?
What's up, bitch? I'm up. Exactly.
Yeah. But I don't know, guys.
That was our dream episode.
Some of these episodes are scary. I think we need to do an episode on nightmares.
Nightmares only? Yeah.
Just nightmares.
Yeah, that would be
because that shit's scary.
Especially the ones you can't wake up from.
I feel like nightmares are going to be like a totally different
vibe. This was like a chill vibe. Like, hey, what's up?
But just remember, don't take any compliments. Don't eat in your dreams. Don't ask
for the time or date.
Don't ask for the time or date. Do not do it. And if you wake up while you're dreaming and you know that you're lucid dreaming, do not do these things. You can have something attached to you and come back with you to your vessel.
Just be like, just tell yourself, wake up, you're dreaming. And try to wake yourself up.
Yeah, seriously.
Try to wake yourself up.
Or like try to blink twice. And yeah. It's the real deal. Don't do it. Don't follow the trends. Don't be stupid like this new generation. Sorry, guys. Like, if you're everything, if some of you are a part of this new generation, like, don't
follow TikTok trends.
Don't do it. Don't be dumb. Be safe. Okay. And if you are gonna practice these things, do your research, protect yourself, protect your surroundings, protect your energy, and most importantly, protect your soul and protect your vessel.
Yes. Protect your vessel.
We care about you.
Of course we do.
But if you have any stories, any lucid dreams, if you've had any type of experiences like this where you're astral projecting and you consciously realize you are, if you ever asked what time or date it was in your dream, send us an email.
Let us know what happens so we can read it.
scarenotScaryPodcast@gmail.com. Make sure you follow us on all of our social medias at Scare Not Scary Podcast. Make sure you rate and review us on iTunes, rate and review us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you listen to, Podbean, that's where we do our live shows. Make sure you rate and review us so we can get into the charts. And also, please, if we make it to phase 3 of the Choice Awards for top local podcast here in San Antonio, please vote for us.
Just make sure you do this daily. I will send my family group text like reminder to nominate because there's a lot of podcasts this year.
Yeah, and you can nominate. Well, so I think by the time this episode comes out, we'll know if we made it to the next round because we started kind of late.
Yeah, we did.
So if we did make it to top, so we need to be in at least top 5 to make it into phase 3. So if we did make into phase 3, vote for us. Every single day you have to vote once daily.
Yes, please. We've been doing it. I do it with all my emails. Yeah. If you have multiple emails, do it.
I have some friends. So I have some friends that are like, oh, I thought we only nominated you once. No, dude, you have to do it every day. Get those vote-ins every single day.
I hate that. Like, I hate that. Why do we have to do that? Anyway.
It's so stressful. We hit number 2 last year. Let's see if we can. I'd be happy if we get number 2 again this year, but I really hope we get number 1. I don't know if we will, but
I know the other podcast. It's because they have a big following like on TikTok and stuff, and we don't. Yeah, and we try to have like 30K, and I'm like, girl,
we try to get everybody to love us, but we'll see.
Anyway,
we have a lot of changes coming up this year, and we're gonna revamp things, so we'll see how it goes. But yes, make sure you vote for us every single day. Once daily, you vote for us.
Yes.
And if you have additional emails, you can use that too. Please. We're not cheating.
No, we're not. Definitely not cheating.
But I think that's it.
That's it, you guys.
Also, let us know if you are interested in going on a ghost tour with us, so that way we can talk to the Curious Twins and see what we have in store and what options we have to get this party started.
Definitely. Let us know.
Yes. And
don't forget to nominate again.
Don't forget to nominate. Don't forget to vote. Don't ask what time it is in your dreams. Be safe. And until next time, remember to always stay scared.